morning, students. Here we continue with our lecture in physics where we are doing mathematical methods. In the last lecture we have started with vector operations in which we have studied addition or subtraction of vectors which are in the same direction. You can call this as parallel vectors, and which are in opposite direction. These are termed as anti-parallel vectors. Okay. Today we are going to see the addition of the vectors which are not in the same or the opposite direction. Such additions are done using geometrical methods. Which methods? Geometrical methods. So today we have to study the triangle law of vector addition and the parallelogram law of vector addition. So firstly we will go for the triangle law of vector addition. Now in this triangle law of vector addition, let us consider, firstly to understand this triangle law, let us consider two vectors which are neither in the same direction, okay, nor are in opposite direction. Say I am having two vectors. This is vector A with me and this is vector B with me. These are the two vectors of the same physical quantity. Let this be the force vector with magnitude 3 Newton and this be the force vector with magnitude 2 Newton. Okay, this is of 3 newtons and this is of 2 newtons. Now I want to find out the addition of these two vectors. How will I do it? First I will explain you how we can do it and then we will write down the triangle law of vector addition. Okay students, now be attentive. You are also going to do the same and find out the resultant of the vectors that I am going to give you by the end of this video. Now what I am doing? Let me take vector A, okay, its direction and its magnitude as side of one triangle. You know what is a triangle. So I am going to take firstly this vector A as a side, okay, of a triangle such that the side is going to represent the magnitude as well as the direction of that vector. So now I have this vector of magnitude 3. What am I going to do? Say I am having a line segment drawn over here of any magnitude. Okay? Now what am I going to do? With the help of a scale or a compass, I am going to represent this vector on this segment. See, I have divided it in exactly how many? 3. You can take the scale, you can take the compass, the divider, whatever you want. You are going to represent this vector over here. So this I am taking as the, what is this? This is the tail point and this is going to be the head point. It is going to start from here. This is the point of origin and this is the end point. So I have this point over here. Okay, let me take this as point P. I have taken it over here, point P. Now exactly I have measured the distance. Okay, and same distance I am going to take over here. Okay, so I have got this vector over here. ये vector मेरे पास आ गया. At this point. Let me take this point as Q. So here I have the point Q. Now this becomes my vector 8. Getting it? I have got it. Now what am I going to do? I am going to draw a line parallel to this vector. So exactly a line which goes parallel to this vector. Okay, so that these two are going to be parallel to each other. How are these going to be? Parallel to each other. Say this vector is in this direction. Both this should be parallel to each other. Right? Now, again the same thing. With the scale I am going to measure the exact distance and plot that vector over here. So I have got this vector over here with the same magnitude as this vector has. This point I am taking as, it will be the point over here, say Q dash, and this I will take it as R dash. So I am having the point Q dash which is going to be at the point Q, and here comes the point R. Let me take it as R. Okay, let this be Q, which because it is going to originate at this point Q and R. Now I have got both these vectors representing two sides of a triangle. Here is the vector B. Got it, students? Now what am I going to do? I am going to complete the triangle by drawing the remaining side. So this is the remaining side of the triangle. So let me draw it. Okay. Now is the triangle completed? Completed. Once I get this side drawn, this side is the resultant of these two vectors, and the value of this resultant will be equal to vector A plus vector B. How will I get this side? It is going to be the resultant of the two vectors A and B. So this resultant vector R is equal to vector A plus vector B. Are you getting it? So this gives me the triangle law. And what is the triangle law? If two vectors of same physical quantity are represented in magnitude and direction by two sides of a triangle taken in order, then their resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the third side of the triangle, Okay, now how I am going to represent it by the third side of the triangle? Starting from starting from origin of the first vector to endpoint of the second vector. Okay, this is the triangle of vector addition. अब बच्चों ऐसे लगेगा कि ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, पर बिल्कुल नहीं. If you have understood what we have done to get the resultant of these two vectors A and B, writing this triangle law is very simple. We are just penning down what we have done. What have we done? We have represented these two vectors A and B as two sides of a triangle. Okay, taken in order. Taken in order का मतलब क्या? Now we have got the triangle PQR over here. So if I take the first vector as side PQ, second vector should be taken as QR. That is what is taken in order. So if two vectors of the same physical quantity are represented in magnitude and direction by two sides of a triangle taken in order, then the resultant of these two vectors is represented in magnitude and direction by what? By the remaining side, the third side of the triangle. पर कैसे represent करेगा ये vector? Starting from the origin of the first vector. Is this not the origin of the first vector? Yes. Starting from the origin of the first vector to the end point of the second vector. Okay. अब मुझे इसका resultant निकालना है, तो मैं इसको मेजर करूंगी. रिजल्टेंट का मैग्नीट्यूड यदि निकालना है तो इसको मेजर करो, स्केल लेके मेजर करो. Say for the instant I am measuring it because I have taken this size as 1 unit. So let me measure this. See here, 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units and something. Say I am getting it as 4.5 or so. Then I will write it as magnitude of this resultant vector is 4.5 newtons. Whatever you get, okay? Here, now I am doing it, I am measuring it very crudely. In fact, I have not used the geometrical instruments to do this. So probably my measurement is not perfect. You do it in your notebook and find the perfect resultant and then you are going to tell me that. Are you getting it, students? So what is triangle law of vector addition? When we are given two vectors which are neither parallel nor anti-parallel. इसका मतलब दो वेक्टर्स हमें दिए हैं जो जिनकी डायरेक्शन सेम नहीं हो या अपोजिट भी नहीं हो, तो ऐसे वेक्टर्स का रिजल्ट निकालने के लिए हम क्या करने वाले हैं? We are going to make use of the triangle law. What are we going to do for that? We are going to represent these two vectors in magnitude and direction by two sides of a triangle taken in order. Then the resultant of these two vectors will be the third side, the remaining side. Okay. In what order should we take the direction? Starting from the origin of the first vector to the end point of the second vector. Are you getting it, everyone? Okay. So you have to write down this in your notebook. Draw this, write down this in your notebook. And then you are going to find the resultant for these vectors. So you can take down these vectors in your notebook. I am drawing these vectors over here and then use the triangle law and find their resultant. So here is the assignment for you. Now I am giving you the magnitude in centimeters. It will be easy for you, isn't it? So I have this as vector P in this direction and its magnitude is 4 centimeters. And I am having vector Q in this direction, whose magnitude is 3 centimeters. Find the resultant of these two vectors. Okay? Then this is vector A. Okay, magnitude of this vector is 7 centimeters. And here I am having vector B. Magnitude is 7.5 centimeters. I want you to use the triangle law and get the resultant of these two vectors. Got it, students? Okay. Now we'll go for the next important point. From this triangle law, we are going to prove vector addition is commutative. What are we going to prove? Vector addition is commutative. Okay. अब बच्चों, firstly it is necessary that you should know what is meant by commutative, and most of you don't know what is associative law of addition, what is commutative law of addition or multiplication. So firstly let me make you understand this word commutative. If you know it, well and good. If you don't know it, you have to understand it right now, and we are going to prove using the triangle law that vector addition is commutative. Commutative means, say if I am adding 3 to 5, what is the addition? 8. Correct? मैंने 3 को 5 ऐड कर लिया, एडिशन आ गया 8. अब मैं क्या कर रही हूँ? 5 को 3 ऐड कर लेती हूँ. What is the addition, kiddos? Again 8. So what can I say? 3 plus 5 is equal to 5 plus 3. Are you getting it? What is 3 plus 5? It is equal to 5 plus 3. That means when we are saying A plus B is equal to B plus A, then we say that addition is commutative. क्या बोलते हैं हम? Addition is commutative. पर subtraction commutative नहीं होता है, क्योंकि 3 minus 5 will give me minus 2, whereas 5 minus 3 will give me plus 2. So 3 minus 5 will not be equal to 5 minus 3. That means A minus B is not equal to B minus A. तो subtraction commutative नहीं होता है, addition commutative होता है. Multiplication commutative होता है, division commutative नहीं होता है. Are you getting this point clear, students? Okay. So here we are going to prove that vector addition is commutative. That means what you have to prove is, if I take the same example over here, I have to prove that vector A plus vector B is equal to vector B plus vector A. Okay.